All right. So while Ian, so he's done the opening, but now I'm going to ask you to pick up the ukulele because, my friend, it's time.
Let me wipe the barley wine off my hands because that one spritzed quite a bit.
Said no one ever before. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for drinking news.
Drinking news, drinking news. Now it's time for drinking news. Florida man with one arm said he had a gator for a bet. When asked about his absent arm, he said,
I had to take my gator to the vet.
Drinking news, drinking news. Now it's time for drinking news.
Cheers, y'all.
Kind of miss that guy, actually.
Yeah, call back to Keegan, who no longer works here, but he was so much fun to work with when he did. And,
That guy's awesome.
And we miss him. Well, my friends, before we get to our main story on today's drinking news, we must all pause for a moment and reflect on the end of an era.
End of an ear?
End of an era. Most defining era-ending events are global in scale, like the victorious end of World War I, which reshaped the geopolitical map and ushered in the Roaring '20s, or the monumental moment when then-President Reagan uttered the famous words, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall," and the resulting end of the Cold War culminated in the lifting of the Iron Curtain. Our current story is perhaps a smaller one, but no less significant. And it's all because of a recent announcement by a 92-year-old Texas man.
Texas man.
One William Hugh Nelson.
Yes.
Yes, the red-headed stranger himself, Willie Nelson, who just told reporters, and brace yourself for this, that he no longer smokes weed.
What?
The country music legend and hero of fans of the green everywhere says, "I can't smoke anymore. My lungs have already said don't do that. So I don't really do anything now much except a few edibles." Well, thank God at least for edibles. I mean, this is a man who has become a worldwide legend
Yes.
for his love of the bud.
I thought maybe he just stood around Snoop Dogg all day or
well,
something.
yeah, I was going to say almost as big, possibly even bigger than Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg has a story about Willie Nelson smoking him out.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
right.
the thing, is that when Snoop Dogg has the story about it, Willie Nelson is the man.
And at least Willie can still
And what's-
enjoy a bad-tasting gummy now and then.
What's the comedian Fluffy?
Gabriel Iglesias.
Gabriel Iglesias, yeah.
has a great skit about Snoop Dogg smoking him out. So it's kind of like this level of being smoked out, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Snoop Dogg.
I would say-
Snoop Dogg. So you got like Cypress Hill. Like I did an interview with them once, and you could just smell that they smelled like a fresh farm cut weed. And then you got Snoop Dogg, and then of course you got Willie Nelson. So
Yeah. Well, Snoop may be the king, but Willie has been known for this for so long.
Yeah.
And thank God at least for edibles. I mean, this is a man who's become a worldwide legend for his love of the bud. Almost as big, probably even bigger than Snoop Dogg. At least he can still enjoy a bad-tasting gummy here or there, right? And we may all remember that Snoop himself announced he was giving up smoke in 2023. But that turned out to be a marketing ploy to promote his new solo stove, a smokeless fire pit.
Yes.
So that was really just a head fake.
I remember that.
But this one with Willie seems to be real.
I didn't buy it, by the way. I knew that was fake.
Yeah.
I knew that.
But this one with Willie seems to be real.
Yeah, I
and
think
most
so.
definitely marks a turning point in our history of society and culture. Fortunately for weed fans, my former college roommate, Rusty, has also announced that he intends to pick up whatever slack is caused by Willie stepping away from the green. So the marijuana industry is in no danger of a setback. Now, I'm doing my part to support the effort by shipping Rusty, who now lives in a trailer park in Jersey, a large care package of Cheetos and beef jerky, because I'm pretty sure he's going to need
industry
them.
reports a 25% downturn once Willie Nelson decided to quit smoking weed.
But our main story on Drinking News today redirects our attention to the southeasternmost region of the United States and an establishment that has proliferated there, the strip club. It seems that 21-year-old Sultan Al-Nofay, a Florida man, was arrested after calling 911 from the Oz Gentlemen's Club in Clearwater.
The Oz Gentlemen's Club.
Now, let me just say...
Hey, at least you won't get treated wicked. Hey.
But I'm ching. Well, I was going to say, anytime you're going to a gentleman's club that is named after one of the more famous HBO series maximum security prisons, I don't know if that's the place where you're expecting this. But
It's better than calling it the Wiz.
But that's just me. According to police reports, Mr. Al-Nafay wanted the cops to step in and help him because he had gotten a private room and paid a dancer at the club $300 to have sex with him, and she didn't follow through.
Oh.
Which is not unlike claiming that you paid your drug dealer for meth, but he didn't actually give you any. Again, not your best reason to call 911.
Yeah.
But the old champagne room bait and switch just wasn't working for the Florida man. So he called the cops to take immediate action, which they did, arresting him for, we assume, solicitation and public drunkenness.
Florida man.
He is currently out on a $500 bond, which brings his total expenditure now to at least $800, and he's still not had anyone help him with his
Well, I don't know.
erectile condition.
Maybe he did. I mean, he spent a night or two in the pit. Maybe he did.
Maybe he did. Or maybe they helped him in a different way.
I mean, he may not have had a choice in the matter, but maybe they helped him.
So let this be a lesson for you, gentlemen of Florida.
Florida County's not a fantasy place.
Yeah. Let this be a lesson to you, gentlemen of Florida, for the next time that you're waiting alone in the private room for which you've just paid hundreds of dollars, and you're drinking really cheap champagne and waiting for the woman of your dreams to waltz in the door, it's not likely to happen. And getting your money back by calling 911 is not even a remotely good idea, because 911 operators and the police who are dispatched to the scene take their jobs pretty seriously. I mean, anyone who's ever worked as a 911 operator will tell you that above and beyond the real situations, people call the emergency response line for a lot of ridiculous reasons. And because we like to be thorough when we bring these stories to you, our crack staff here at Drinking News thought that we should give you some examples of these so that you'll know not to call 911 should you ever find yourself in a similar situation. And as we're wont to do, we've assembled them for you in another convenient but certainly unnecessary Drinking News Top 5 list, which, despite an executive presidential order signed with the auto pen banning me from sharing these with you, I'm going to go ahead and do so anyway. Maybe you can come and visit me in Gitmo. This would be the top 5 real 911 calls that were not 911 worthy. And actually, there are only 4. I made the 5th one up. See if you can guess which one it is. Top 5 crazy 911 calls that were actually real. Here we go, number 5. A man who told dispatchers, "My butt sucked up my vibrator and I can't poop it out."
That's real.
And I quote,
I thought I would get more laughter from you guys on that one.
I don't see the video.
That is amazing.
Number 4, a drunk man who said there was a large injured bear in his front yard. And it turned out it was a landscaping boulder that had been there for years.
Or just some dude he brought home from the club.
Number 3, the call from Diddy's house because someone accidentally drank a whole bottle of baby oil. Number 2.
Only leaving him with 3,200 left.
Number 2, a caller who said, I need someone to help me take my lasagna out of the oven. I have no mitts.
Oh, please make that one be real. I want that to be real so much. It has to be real.
The number 1 actual, real, crazy 911 call. Number 1, a woman who had to be rushed to the hospital because she accidentally swallowed her false teeth while eating fried chicken and didn't notice until she got another piece of chicken and tried to bite into it with her gums.
Oh, this one is true. This one has to be true because it's so beautiful.
Wow.
And I hope it was good fried chicken.
How does she not notice you swallowed your whole teeth?
Well, much like eating with your hands, you're not supposed to eat the hands.
I feel like she's just, I mean, maybe she
You
was
just eat
eating,
with them.
She's eating the whole bone, too.
What do you mean? There were bones in that?
In the chicken?
There were bones?
By the way, the one that I made
there
up
were bones?
was number 3, the call from Diddy's house because someone accidentally
Yeah.
drank a whole bottle of baby oil. But hey,
Yeah.
it could happen. Which means, Terry, that your lasagna with no mitts, with no oven
So
mitts,
true.
is absolutely
That's
true.
amazing. That's just
That's
amazing.
pretty
I
fantastic.
love
Thought you would
that.
like to know.
I will remember that the next time I have no
Well,
mitts.
see, 911 is so in the subconscious now.
Yeah.
That what do you do? Oh no, I have a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Reporting live from Clearwater, where some guy just paid a dancer $300 for some afternoon delight. And she brought him a gin and tonic and a Starland Vocal Band CD. My name is Cruz, and that, my friends, is your...
Drinking news, drinking news. That's our time for drinking news.
Cheers, y'all.